Rage has been in the making for a long time. Announced way back in 2007, Rage uses the latest engine from id Software, id Tech 5. Rage promises to deliver great shooting, fun driving, and amazing graphics. Is Rage as revolutionary as Doom and Quake were? Let's find out. Rage's story takes place in 2029. You learn that an asteroid is floating towards Earth and is expected to wipe out all human life as you know it. Luckily, a small group of people have been selected to lay dormant into what's called an arc, only to awaken when the time is right. After watching the asteroid destroy Earth, it's time to start your journey as one of the lonely survivors. You soon step out into the light and see that the world has been destroyed. Smoke piles fill the air, and rubble is all that's left. Luckily, you're picked up by a driver and taken to town to meet the locals. Rage's story isn't the best. Other than the first cutscene, the rest of the story is told by NPCs in between missions. You soon learn that the world is being taken over by mutants and other human factions. Throughout the campaign, you will learn that it's your duty to rid the world of the mutants, as well as other factions that seek to harm you and your new friends. It's a pretty basic, hey, we're the good guys, and come help us kill the bad guys. While it's not the best, it does do the job. id Software revolutionized gaming with titles like Wolfenstein and Doom. It's safe to say that Doom is what made the first-person shooter genre popular, so it's no surprise that the gunplay in Rage is top-notch. Guns feel powerful and unique and have some of the most satisfying audio I've ever heard. Other weapons like grenades and wing sticks are also extremely satisfying to use and add a nice second layer of ways to kill your enemy. Shooting in Rage is a treat every time you encounter a new enemy. You will only come across a few different enemy types in Rage, but they are varied enough so you don't just feel like you're killing the same thing over and over. Boss fights are few and far between, but they're not really that challenging, and usually consist of just pumping in bullets to the enemy as fast as you can. Enemy AI is amazingly well done and is a key feature in Rage. Enemies will do anything to kill you, whether it be rolling, climbing, or attacking in packs. Dodging your shots without hesitation will keep you constantly moving and keep your adrenaline pumping. RPG elements do exist in Rage, but only a few. Players can craft items such as remote control cars with bombs attached to them, and lock grinders can open doors that are specially marked. Weapons can be upgraded with attachments that can be bought, making them more powerful or more efficient. Armor can also be purchased, letting you take more damage from enemies before dying. If your enemy gets the best of you, a minigame pops up giving you a chance to bring yourself back to life with a defibrillator. If you're accurate, then you'll come back with full health. Inaccuracy causes you to be revived with only a little bit of health. Taking too much damage and not having a defibrillator charged up will result in your death and being taken back to the start of the level. Saving is something you'll want to do often since the auto-saving in Rage is simply broken. The only time the game saves is when you enter a new area. You can save the game at any time by simply pressing the start button and going to the save game option, but these days an autosave is just to be expected. I died a few times and had to repeat 5 to 10 minutes of gameplay simply because I forgot to save. Rage also has a major focus on driving and racing. Different types of cars and buggies can be purchased and won throughout the campaign, and you will rely on them to get around the world of Rage. Vehicles control extremely well and are truly a treat to drive. Boosting your way through different terrains is a lot of fun. Eventually your vehicle will get weapons of their own to do combat with other buggies that want to take you out. Combat is fairly simple with an auto-target system that keeps the firefights easy but enjoyable. After you blast your way through the campaign, you can check out the multiplayer. Multiplayer consists of a co-op mode where you and a friend can take on missions handcrafted for 2 players called Legends. Legends is a pretty straightforward mode where you and a friend blast enemies together. Scores are kept on the top of the screen and higher point values are awarded with more skillful kills like headshots. Competitive multiplayer only consists of different vehicle game types, which is a little weird considering that Rage is primarily a shooter, but the vehicle multiplayer is a lot of fun. 3 game types are featured, one being a simple deathmatch, the second being more strategy-based where you collect different types of crystals and take them to a certain area to score, but you can also try to kill your enemies at the same time to steal their crystals. The last game type is a checkpoint system where if you get to all 3 checkpoints without dying, you score points. There is a leveling system that keeps you wanting to play, and leveling up rewards you with new vehicles, better weapons, and better vehicle attachments. You can even earn emblems to display your achievements. Even with the unconventional multiplayer, you can still drop quite a few hours trying to level up your buggy to the most powerful it can be. Playing Rage is quite a treat, and you'll have a great time blasting your way through the 12-hour campaign. Just be sure to save. Often. id Tech 5 is a beast, and Rage looks absolutely amazing. It's easily the best looking game on the market. id Tech 5 uses a unique system where it loads something called a mega texture, so the system can focus on loading other things. Because of the mega textures, the game runs at a blazing 60 frames per second and never misses a beat, even when there's a ton going on screen. id Tech 5 is a great accomplishment, and I hope other companies will license the engine for their own use. This is definitely the future of engines, and we're going to see a lot of it, especially when the next generation consoles come out. Rage doesn't quite live up to the hype, but it is a great game. The story ends way too suddenly and is poorly told, but the gameplay is so good you don't really care when you're playing. Not to mention the fact that it's probably the best looking game ever. For the Love of Gaming gives Rage a 9 out of 10.